Hey guys, welcome back to another Thrift Store Finds Monday. And these are going to be a lot of vinyl finds that are not from the same haul, but well, the first two are very, very recent. And let me just go ahead and get started. And before I do want to give a shout out to a very, very new channel. He has right around 50 subs and great energy. Really great guy, great smile, and that would be JD's Deep Cut Sunday Tracks. And I've watched a bunch of his videos, and really, really good. Let's give him some support, and you're going to enjoy his channel for sure. A lot of times he keeps it shorter. It just depends, but nice channel. All right, so that's that, and let's move right on to the records. First of all, just the other day, I took a break from work. I went down close to my work and I found me I got some Tom Jones. And this is at the talk of the town. And the thing about Tom Jones is he was really my first rock and roll show in Las Vegas. I was a 10-year-old kid. Myron Cohen was his warm-up comedian, the greatest storyteller in the world, they called him. And Myron was a real friend of me. He would have lunch with me when I was all alone at the Flamingo Hotel as a kid. My dad was working, and I'd be down there eating lunch. And Myron would sit down with me. And one evening, he made sure that my sister Michelle and I saw the show. It was directly across from the Candlelight Room in the summer of 1967. And I was completely blown away when I saw Tom Jones. Let me show you the songs here. I mean, it was a full-on rhythm and blues show. I mean, it just rocked hard. And I'm going to show you what I mean. This is the Live in Las Vegas album. This isn't what I found. This is just a very minty copy. This is the show I saw in 1967. He's such a great interpreter of modern popular song. And he really rocks harder than Sam and Dave even. That's how great Tom Jones was and is. I mean, he's in his mid to late 70s. He still rocks it hard, I'm telling you. He has a new record that's fantastic. As a matter of fact, Bob Bradley just showed a Tom Jones record. So that's Tom Jones. And next up, my next rock and roll show, I wanted to go see The Doors. They were coming next week. It was 1969, the summer of. I was only 12 years old, and I wanted my sister to take me to see The Doors that coming week. But instead, my dad insisted that we were going to see Elvis Presley, and that was his opening, his comeback night, July 31st, 1969. We were front and center for the show. I've told the story before. This is a K-Tel, guys. Let me show you the songs. I found this at a thrift store not long ago. And yeah, so we were there front and center because my dad was one of the two maitre d's of the hotel at the International Hotel. And we were there, James Burton on guitar. So memorable between my first show as a 10-year-old kid, Tom Jones, and then as a 12-year-old kid, Elvis Presley on that very first night of his comeback. And we saw him 4 other times soon thereafter. Here again, and here's the K-Tel vinyl. That really set the stage for me, to go see rock and roll shows. Yeah, and this is a near mint minus K-Tel record. I have a bunch of K-Tel. Okay, next up, here's a record. Here's a record that. During the last waltz, the band Robbie Robertson, he really was trying to convince the boys, Levon Helm, Rick Danko, Richard Manuel, that this guy, Neil Diamond, should be part of the last waltz. And the guys are going, "What? Neil Diamond? What are you talking about?" But Robbie knew what he was talking about. Neil Diamond is the man. I'm a believer. I mean, just so many great songs. Red, Red Wine, and this is on Bang. This is a double album. And I found this not too long ago. Well, actually about a year ago. And look at that gatefold. This is a cutout, as you can see. And there's Neil. And some of the great songs, I mean, Solitary Man. He does Monday Monday on this one, the John Phillips song. Kentucky Woman, Shiloh. Just so great. Yeah, just fantastic. Next up, here's this one beats out my other copy. So this is The Keeper. This is Crosby, Stills, and Nash. This should be from 1977. You know, this has the Graham Nash Just a Song on here with that great Steve Stills guitar solo in the middle section. And, you know, Dark Star is on here. Shadow Captain, the David Crosby song. And this record really showed that they still had it. And this is probably their last great record. And another record, this is from the jazz drummer in the show band at the Riverside Hotel that my mother worked with in show business, Smokey. This was part of Smokey's collection. And this is Aretha Franklin in Paris in stereo. Fantastic. Look at the songs on here. And this was that big haul from about 1.5 years ago. Look at this beautiful Atlantic label, guys. Next up, I want to show a band that, well, first of all, this record, bam, the Carpenters. This is so clean. Look at how clean this is. I have 2 other copies of this 69 to 73, the singles. And I love the Carpenters. I mean, Karen Carpenter, what a lovely, wonderful voice she had. And Richard doing all the wonderful arrangements. I mean, so many great songs. I'm a sucker for great pop music, you guys. And this is on the A&M. And of course, that stands for Alpert and Moss. Jerry Moss and Herb Alpert for their label. Yeah, Herb Alpert was a really big deal in Los Angeles and the record business. Of course, we know that. And next up, here was a record in Smokey's collection as well. I've never shown this. And this is on Atco. It's a 33-101. This is The Coasters. Isn't that cool? And I'm showing a lot of old music. And, at thrift stores, that's generally what there is. But, you have Searchin' on here, guys. What else is on here? Riot and Cell Block number 9. Young Blood. Isn't that cool? So let me show you the vinyl. This record is in great shape for how old it is. This is a old record. And there's that old Atco label. All right. Coasters. And not too long ago, I found this Molly Hatchet. I love me some Southern rock. Allman Brothers, everybody. Wet Willie, Molly Hatchet, you name it. I love them. And this has Bounty Hunter and Gator Country on here. The Creeper. This is a good album. And there's the boys. Yeah, I love that artwork on the front. And this is on just the Black Epic label. And being here from, Northern Nevada, Northern California, we gotta love me some Tony Bennett. And I Left My Heart in San Francisco. What a wonderful album. And this is a beautiful copy of this record. So glad to have this. And this as well was part of Smokey's collection. I think I actually got about 50 records. And this is on a 2i Columbia. And just a great record to have. And next I'm going to show this one, guys. That would be McGuinn, Clark, and Hillman. There's Gene Clark, Roger, and Chris. And this album should be from about 1979. And the thing about all the solo Byrds-related records that were done after the Byrds broke up and once they would get back together, Gene clearly always had strong showings of songs because he was just a natural-born songwriter, and what a great singer. I mean, he was a crooner, really, if you really listen to Gene, a real crooner, like some of the greats. So there's the back cover. And this is a really clean copy, really clean copy. Let me show you this. It's on a later pressing. Well, it's from '79. And I have a little lounge music to show here. And this would be Blame It on the Bossa Nova, Edie Gourmet. And if you're going, what's JT doing? You know, as far as like Steve and Edie goes, you know, also from Steve and Edie's cover from Black Hole Sun from Soundgarden from the 90s. You gotta check that out. It's just amazing what they did with Black Hole Sun. And this is a wonderful record. Her version of One Note Samba alone on the opener is just excellent. And this is on a 2i Columbia. And this is a near mint minus for this record. The jacket's about a VG+. The record is just so clean. And here's one that's not as clean, and this was at my favorite thrift store. Mitch Ryder, all hits. This thing just rocks. I mean, this is a cooker. This is just so good. I listened to this just the other day and I go, man, I'm gonna show this on my Monday video. So very good for Mitch Ryder. And let's see here. Look at this cool label. New Voice Records. All right. Now, here's something else. This is this kind of stuff you find at thrift stores. And I'm not shy to show this because this record alone was one of the greatest selling records of all time and such great songs. And that would be Harry Belafonte, Calypso. And look how clean this copy is. I have about 2 more of these. And this is just so very, very clean. And, you know, Deo alone and Jamaica Farewell on this album is just so wonderful. I mean, what an iconic gentleman, performer, speaker, statesman, everything thing. Harry Belafonte. Wonderful. This should be on Rainbow Capital, I believe. Or what is this? Let me see here. Oh, it's on the old RCA Victor. And this is my cleanest copy for sure. Wonderful to have that. Now, there's no record in here, guys. Look at this Del Shannon. I had to get this jacket. I think somebody pulled the record out of here. I just got this last week. And look what's on here, guys. Run Around Sue, Runaway, Dream Baby. I mean, I'm gonna find the vinyl on this. I will find this vinyl. And there's the songs. But I just love that cover. Yeah, Del Shannon, one of the greats. And let's get into some, a little bit of psych blues, San Francisco Bay Area rock, and that would be the Steve Miller the Steve Miller Band. And that would be Brave New World. And this is a great Steve Miller album. And for me, his first 5 records are just the best, the very, very best. And here you have Seasons, Space Cowboy. You've got In My Dark Hour on here, and this is a wonderful record. Gatefold, kind of trippy. And the vinyl is a later Capitol pressing on the green Capitol. Now, I have 3 of these. And back in the day, and when I say back in the day, just like this one I probably got 10 years ago. Here's Tracy Chapman's debut. And I have 3 OGs of this because back then you can find these in thrift stores. Who would have known that they would be, remastered and repressed and hard to find. But Tracy Chapman, so fantastic. Fast Car and Talking About a Revolution. And next from Worcester, Mass, that would be Jay Giles Band, Full House Live, and look how clean this copy is. It's just so fantastic. There's the band, Magic Dick, Jay Giles. Really, really great. On the A&M Atlantic, rather. And next from Hawaii, guys, Kalapana. Oh yeah, what do you think of that cover? Now Kalapana was, this is during an era of of jazz rock. And my sister Michelle was in a jazz rock band out of Santa Cruz. And wonderful genre that, you know, you just don't see that much anymore. Really big in the 70s. I love jazz rock bands, so many of them. Of course, Santana would be one of them. And Kalapana was really a nice band. I'm going to show that front cover again, guys. And there it is. And one more for that cover. I know. Now, again from Smokey's collection, when I saw this, I just couldn't believe it. Still in the Shrink, Super Session, Mike Bloomfield, Al Cooper, Steve Stills. This one is so good, and the track on here, guys, really, the track really is just my favorite because it just showcases Bloomfield's incredible blues lines that he plays on guitar. And so this is on the Atlantic as well. Oh, no, this is 2i Columbia. Fantastic. What a nice score on that one. And, you know, these are thrift store records. And you may laugh, and why is he showing this? But I'm going to tell you why. Because, you know, some of the Wrecking Crew plays on this. Actually, all of the Wrecking Crew plays on this record. And that would be Herb Alpert's Whipped Cream and Other Delights. Yeah, and this is a near mint minus copy. And you know what, you've seen this so many times in thrift stores. Well, if you find a clean one, just grab it. And you know, if you play any of these tracks, just listen alone to like A Taste of Honey or Lemon Tree or Love Potion Number 9, any of this, and just listen to Tedesco's guitar work alone is worth the listen. So fantastic. And that is just a very, very clean copy of that particular record. Love those inner sleeves. And next, here's one, Genie C Riley and the Harper Valley PTA. And when I found this one, I just thought, cool. I mean, so great. And, you know, Harper Valley PTA. And this is on Plantation Records. And here's another 60s pop magnificent band, and that would be Sergio Mendes and Brazil 66, presented by Herb Alpert. And this, I grew up with this music big time. This music was just blaring in my household in the mid-60s, around 65, 6, and 7. And I want to show you, in particular, you see this singer right here? That is the great Lanny Hall. She has one of the smoothest, sexiest voices from the 60s that I can think of. And there are so many great pop stars. But Sergio Mendes, this particular album, and really the first 5 Brazil 66 records are just fantastic. And if you're thinking, you know, what am I talking about? You really gotta check it out, sample it. Now next, here's one I found really quite a long time ago, about 8 years. And this was still in the Shrink, and that would be Stefan Grappelli and Django Reinhardt. And this is the Quintet of the Hot Club of France. And this record sounds fantastic. If you don't have this, even on CD, this sounds so good. And this is on Crescendo. Let's see. And the sleeve. Wonderful Django Reinhardt record. And not long ago, I found a bunch of Atlanta Rhythm Section records, and this is Champagne Jam with Imaginary Lover. There's the hype. And there's the band. And I have about 4 Atlanta Rhythm Section records. And what a great band these guys were. There we go. And here's another one from Rhino Records. This is one of the best Christmas albums I have, and this is Cool Yule. I play this every Christmas, and this has Chuck Berry, the Drifters, Ike and Tina Turner, James Brown, Safaris, Booker T, and the MGs. Really, really great record on Rhino. And there's that Rhino label. Yep. Now this one I found just 5 months ago, Legend of the Yardbirds. This is a UK import. Wait a second, this one is a German, this is German wax. And I did pay $3 for this. This is good to have. Because actually it's my cleanest Yardbirds. Let me keep going. And in Carson City, Nevada, that's just south of us by about 20 miles, Captain Beefheart on his Top Secret record. Really cool. Abba Zabba's on here. This is a good record. And this is on that Breakaway label. Really unique. Let me show you. And we're getting there, guys. And thanks for hanging in there with me, because I get a big pile of records and I just want to show them off and show you guys. 24 karat purple. This thing sounds really good. Sonically, it's great. So I got all the Deep Purple pretty much on one record. And I got to represent with some J.J. Cale. Such a great record. And this has the sensitive kind on this one. And this is a gold stamp promo. And this is on Shelter Records, Leon Russell's label. So fantastic. This has 13 days and the sensitive kind. And JJ's best album is Naturally. It has Call Me the Breeze on there, Crazy Mama. Last record, guys, and again from Smokey the drummer, his collection. This is Louis Armstrong and his Hot 7, coming in really hot. This thing is so clean. This stuff is from the late 20s, you guys. This music, this is where almost everything came from. Everything. Blues, rock and roll. From the great Satchmo, Louis Armstrong. And let me go ahead and open this up on the original Columbia sleeve. And it's on a 6i Columbia, guys. And with that, that's it. Thanks for watching. And I am moving. And all I'm moving is my new vinyl buys Tuesday. I'm going to start doing it on Thursday. So new vinyl buys Thursday. I'll drop in the morning Thursday. Hey guys, have a great evening and thanks again. Bye.